Breaking news lovers, welcome to Prince NAIJA News, where truth speaks, powers listen, and real story come first. If you want a fearless Nigerian news, you are in the right place. Please do us a favor by clicking on the subscribe button and don't forget to on your notification bell.
Recently, some people who should know better said that Nigeria is now worse off than it was 10 years ago. Now, let me take your minds back to what was happening 10 years ago.
Daddy Freeze. Judas only betrayed Jesus because Reno Omokri was not around. Reno Omokri has children from about 2 women. Where are his wives? No, hold on. No, that is what I want to talk about. Where are his wives and children? So if Nigeria is that safe, why should you, an ambassadorial nominee, begin to shuffle between continents and then you do not know that this country is safe enough to keep your personal family? When you even Tinubu, who was standing beside there, was so shocked that he no believe saying, Papa, they do the thing where Reno they talk, say do so. May no country have the misfortune of having characters unstable as Reno Omokri occupy anywhere around public office. May we not get to the point where sycophancy is dragged so far that it becomes sycophancy even with human life. I'm shocked that Reno Omokri is not here. The information I heard was that he was supposed to be here. So that we can have a civil conversation about Nigeria. Do you know the motivation and the welfare of an average Nigerian officer who is fighting? Their feeding budget per day, breakfast 1,000, lunch 1,000, dinner 2,000, then the total is 3,000 per day. So the person who is a terrorist is even more motivated than the soldier who is fighting to defend his own country. Yes, please hold on. Let me land. Tinubu and Buhari are each other's legacies. They complement each other in failure and they have a covenant with incompetence. Within the first 1 year of the Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration, more than 4,500 Nigerians were killed according to SBM report. More than 7,000 kidnaps. We have a national security advisor today in the country who will tell you that there are some terrorists who want peace and that we must show understanding. There is a direct policy from the office according to report of the NSA where we have negotiations and payments. It has cascaded to state level.
And the town was like, we'll release those girls. Please don't engage us. I can speak to Kebbi because I was on ground in Kebbi.
Okay, the terrorists pleaded with government not to engage
you
them.
See, let me explain something to you. What would they have profited Nigeria as a nation, Bola Ahmed Tinubu as a government, to have allowed a bloodshed because you want to sound good in the eyes of some Nigerians?
If Nigeria does not come together and end the APC reign of terror in this country, APC will be the end of Nigeria as it is as an egalitarian society you're supposed to be. The problem we have is with insecurity in Nigeria. If you take away the political wing of terrorism and banditry, you have solved it by 50%.
It is good to be with you, Ma. Nigeria is in trouble. Nigeria is in crisis. It is unfortunate that the National Assembly, that is supposed to be the hallmark of a democracy, that should protect the interest of the citizens and our well-being, today under the leadership of Mr. Godswill Akpabio has not only become a rubber stamp Senate, the current Senate is basically an extension of the presidency, operating under the whims and caprices of the executive arm of government. So if President Tinubu asks Senate and House leadership to jump up, the question will be how high. It has become almost an APC town hall where people are singing and standing upon a mandate which they shall collapse. But that is not even just the problem. The National Assembly today has become a dangerous institution, weaponized against the Nigerian people, and have proven to be only capable of aiding and sustaining corruption and criminality in government. And this INEC budget is just one of so many. So the INEC chairman, Professor Joash Amukpiton, has presented a budget of 873 billion. The question will be, what exactly are we using all this amount of money to do? Is that not what a reasonable legislative arm of government should be overseeing? Because in Nigeria we spend billions of naira, and the tragedy is that at the end of this process, everybody will then sit down and wait for the tribunal and the courts to pick leaders. That is the judicialization of our democracy. But then again, let us go into the details. The INEC chairman said about 200 billion of this money is set aside for electronic technology. Anti-root electronic technology, when the same National Assembly has passed a clause that says where there is no enough network, we should go back to the same manual method that has been giving us glitches and rigged elections. Nigerians have told the INEC chairman what exactly is the technology to be procured with 200 billion. If we do not have confidence in our own telcos to provide network on election day, INEC should immediately go into a partnership with Starlink so that the 177,000 plus polling units in Nigeria can have Starlink network guaranteed. It will cost less than 100 billion. But somehow nobody is ready to scrutinize because it is all a conduit for criminality.
All right, we all hear what Peter for Nigeria had to say about Reno Omokri, and as we all know that Reno Omokri has already declared himself an enemy of P2B and a great opposition to the ADC in general. You see, Reno Omokri has been a one man who have already come so many times to defend President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and what is the most shocking part of them all is that this is the word that he said, and is also, re-establishing another word about the same man that have already condemned. Same goes to Daniel Bwala. You see, I don't know how our politicians switch maps immediately. They assume office. It's very, very bad and annoying. Now, Reno Omokri, this question I'm about to ask, same goes to Omoyele Sowore. Despite that he's also an activist and I love his job, but why is it that people who are fighting for the betterment of the country and the people who claim that the country is safe, their children are not in the country? I don't know. Then let's take for an instance, His Excellency Peter Obi. All his family are in the country. Nobody is outside the country, both from his son and his daughter. All of them are in the country. But here comes people who want the Nigeria to be better, and those who have already claimed that Nigeria is already better, but their children is outside the country. To me, I feel like charity begins at home. So what of a good example that you say that the country is safe when you only reside in Abuja, where you know that nothing is happening, and you only stays in Aso Rock? Then how do you say that the country is safe when you can't go to your village through your convoy? How will you say that the country is safe when your children are living in United States of America, where the land is green and milk? Well, share your own thoughtful opinion in the comment section, and don't forget to share this video to all your social media platforms, and do me a favor by clicking on your subscribe button. Thank you and God bless.